Alright, hello everybody and welcome back. Today, we got some more stuff in the mail. Some more fishing lures. Of course, from Mule Fishing. Pretty much the only supplier that I'm consistently buying baits from right now. And I wasn't going to make a video on this one just because it's a lot of the same stuff I'm always using, I'm always preaching about. But I figure it's a great time to make a video and focus on the one bait that has been producing so well for me this spring. And so we'll get into it. Before we get too into it, I want to highlight something that I found $5 at my local Dollarama. Guys, if you're in Ontario, check out your Dollarama right now. They got some pretty nice stuff out there and some pretty good deals to be had. This one actually goes for quite a bit online. Obviously made for the boat. It's it's 40 worm bags, specifically made for KVD plastics, but my Mule Fishing bags work great in there. So as you see, you open it up and you can just file through all of your plastics there. Holds a ton, so this would be nice to have around the house. It's a good little bag, worth checking out. So as I previously stated, this one seems to be just about all about the donkey tail. I ran out the other week and I decided I gotta put an order in. So I got a bunch of bags, split it with a buddy of mine, picked up some jigs as well, and I even picked up the new Burrow Bug that they have, so we'll take a look at that too today. So yeah, we'll jump into it here. So we picked up a few different kinds of jigs, but mainly just the 3/32 ounce size. This is the black ones. And so yeah, as per always, it's that almost like a Ned style, that shroom style head. And usually when I buy jigs from Mule Fishing, I go light. But I've been using the 3/32 ounce jig. I've burned through them all. I'm all out. So they work great because they're just heavier enough just so you can cover a lot more water and fish it faster. I wouldn't call it power fishing. I mean, this is still a finesse technique, but you can just cover a lot more water with one of these, and I think it gives a lot more action to that donkey tail bait than it would if you were using like a 1/32 or like a 1/16 ounce jig, right? So this is the perfect size for me. The 3/32 ounce is great. It gives that finesse style, that finesse technique, but it does allow you to get more, just to cover more water. Yeah. So one of the new additions he has are these purple jigs. Just the same as the other regular ones, but it has a little bit of a purple metallic tinge to it. You know, I'm with the belief that your jig color really doesn't matter that much. I think a black jig works fine, even just a plain, that's that basic lead color works fine. However, if I'm buying jigs, I might as well buy a nice looking color, so I think these look pretty snazzy. But yeah, I picked up a couple packs of these in the 3/64 ounce, and I picked up one pack in the 1/16 ounce to match with my black and blue Burrow Bug that I picked up as well. There's not much to talk about here. As always, so a nice light wire hook, which I think is great because if I mean, I'm constantly getting in trees and stuff like that. And like even some of the worst snags I've had with like 6-pound line, 4-pound line, I can just get right out of. These just bend right out. And then I just bend them back. I'm not catching like, you know, trophy fish with these baits all the time. So I'm not worried about, you know, wear and tear on the hooks. For me, it's just nice. It's easy, nice to use, and it's not often that I lose these. I really got to snag up to lose one. So this here is the Burrow Bug. This is in black and blue, and it's a 1.8 inch bait, you know, kind of a cross style, which is not something you see often. I mean, I don't see these really micro style craws, and it's kind of interesting. One of my favorite baits for the Ned and just favorite plastics in general is the Sakoshi bug. And I have that in a black and blue color, and it worked great a couple years back when I first purchased them. And they're good, but they're a little big, right? They're on the bigger size. They're made for bass, so it makes sense. But this is nice, something a little smaller for, like, I guess if there's just dinks around, or, you know, if I'm going for like crappie, bluegill. You know, I'm sure a bluegill could get this in its mouth. It's pretty nice, and you know, when I'm hitting like a bass pond, like I'm going to be doing here this weekend for the bass opener, I think something like this, bringing it along and just throwing it up shallow and seeing what happens would be pretty fun. I mean, that is awesome. Like just that claw action here. It's the same, you know, usual Mule Fishing kind of almost a Laz Tech formula. That looks great. So I'll throw that on the 1/16 ounce jig, and here I'm going to pair it up for you and just show you how that looks. So that's not the straightest in the world, but that does the trick. So as you see, you know, that's going to bounce on the bottom and just be a nice, really like micro Ned kind of thing. And I think that's going to be great. You know, there it sits. It's perfect size. The perfect. So, you know, if you're going to buy these Burrow Bugs, definitely pair them with that 1/16 ounce jig. This is the purple one on there. So I think that'll be pretty nice. I can definitely see you dropping that on the ultralight and seeing what picks it up. Should be fun. That is a nice bait. Now the Donkey Tail Junior is a bait that I love. This is my favorite panfish bait, easily my best bluegill bait that I have, but I have it in the chartreuse color. Now the Donkey Tail Junior in the chartreuse color is a smallmouth magnet, man. They absolutely love that thing. I don't know what it is, it just drives them crazy. To the point where, I mean, if I'm fishing for smallmouth, I'll pull that out more often than the full-size Donkey Tail. But I love the full-size Donkey Tail in the black color, so I decided to pick these up in black. I have never thrown the Junior in black. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I've kind of become of this mindset where I think black is the only color you need to buy. I don't know if you really need to bother with any other color than a black or a green pumpkin. I think it's just the way fish are, you know, and this is non-educated guess at all. I think they're just seeing shadows, and when, you know, it's enough to catch their eye and get them to bite. So decided to give it a try. You know, I've talked a lot about this bait. It's great. Nothing special, just a nice finesse paddle tail. This is the 1.6-inch Donkey Tail Junior. And, you know, it's great for panfish. However, of course, the star of the show, and I've bought a few of these now, the Donkey Tail in black. This is a 2.8-inch bait, and like I said, it's just, I've slammed everything with this one. I've never seen a finesse swim bait like this, where it just has the most, like, I wish I could have a nice, like a free aquarium that I could use, I could do water tests in. This is just so nice underwater. That tail, it just gets so much action for what it is, and you can't beat it. It's the perfect size. So yeah, I'm gonna show you some catches right now. Just a bunch of pictures on the screen. These are all the fish that I've caught with one of these, and you know, it has been so successful. So I bought a whole bunch of them, and you know, the way I fish this is I'll either, what I'll do is, if I'm fishing like on like you know, I really want to go light, it's really a tough day, I'll just jig it, right? Just cast it out there with like 6-pound line, you know, a light jig, and just jig that thing, just up and down, right? Try to keep it like somewhere in the middle of the water column, and that works. But this spring, what I found really successful was swimming it, just straight casting it out, trying to aim around like a shoreline, right? Like, obviously you want to be aiming where fish are holed up. But if you just cast that thing out and just, you know, run along a shoreline, something like that, it gets bit like crazy. It's been working so well for all sorts of species. You know, I've caught some monster crappie with one of these. It's almost better for crappie than the smaller baits are, I find, just because it keeps the dinks off. Like, this is, it's the perfect panfish bait because it only catches monsters, right? So yeah, I love it. If you're a multi-species guy, if you like to just catch whatever's biting, you gotta try one of these. I don't even power fish anymore. I don't even use big, like I've never, like, you know, I get it, right? There's multi-species anglers and there's bass anglers, but I don't use big baits. I don't use the big glide baits or the big swim baits or anything like that. To me, this is all I need. It's even beating the Ned for me, I think, this year. I think this will get way more use than the Ned will. So just want to sing some praise here about the Donkey Tail and some Mule Fishing products. Not sponsored. I just love these products, and I figured why not get a video out talking about them. I bought a whole bunch of them, and I'm excited to try them out. So yeah, like I said, we're going to be trying out for bass opener. There's a nice little bass pond that's not stocked, but you know, they take care of it, so I think it'll be a good way to start off the season strong. Haven't been able to fish too much lately, but now obviously that we can catch bass, I will be out there a lot more. So hope you all enjoy this, and hope you all are excited for the next video coming here soon, and I will see you all later. Thanks for watching.